Hi guys, as promised we're going to do a love reading. I was just called to do two options. So first option is going to be water scrying, turmeric water and candle wax. Second option is going to be crystal ball. You may want to listen to both. You may want to use the whole video as a kind of oracle that you can skip through and see where you land. We're going to be looking at love, maybe what you need to know at the moment around love, or just anything that comes through. I'll be using tarot and oracle cards as well, but I'll first of all just do scrying. I'm going to connect in to the energies now. Connecting in to anyone watching this video across all time and space. My gatekeeper guide, opening clear channels to my higher self, my team of light, my guides, ancestors, higher self, creating a temporary energetic core between myself and anyone viewing this video so that I can access messages for their highest good around love and romance. My gatekeeper guide, keeping me safe and protected throughout, channeling clear messages through me, closing down the energies, restoring the auric fields and wrapping us in universal love, light and protection. And please put people into two distinct groups or allow them to receive the messages that are for their highest good in this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so the focus is always going too light or too dark in these videos. I apologize. I'm a technophobe. Let's see if that does anything. Don't know. Okay, so we're going to start with water scrying, seeing what messages come through. I found this bowl in the street. Apart from my crystal ball, which was given to me by my parents last Christmas, anything I use for scrying comes to me, like I find it. I found the mirror I used for scrying because I didn't like any of the energies of the mirrors you could buy. Almost had like a Ouija board energy to anyone who was selling them. I don't know, I think it's important that you are connecting only with positive energies, obviously. I found this when I was walking and I love it for scrying because it has patterns on it already in this marbling, which means I can kind of read the patterns as well as the wax. Also, marbling is this kind of beautiful metaphor for this thing that runs through all of us that is kind of unique, like a fingerprint, but it's almost like the rings in a tree. I'm already channeling something indestructible that cannot be removed, that runs deeply through all of us. So maybe there's something here about maintaining some kind of inner integrity at the face of a difficult situation. This is a situation that has gone around and then veered off course. So it could have been expected to go one way, it changed course. It's been a bit of an accumulation on you. It's a bit of a 10 of Wands energy of carrying a heavy load, and it's like accumulated. But you need to know that there is this beautiful effect that runs through you that is your soul, that is not tarnished by this. So there might be a need to do some soul retrieval, calling back parts of your soul that are scattered across time and space in some kind of connection that has made you feel a bit distant from maybe your social group, or maybe you even feel dislocated from aspects of yourself. There's a very definite masculine energy coming through, not gender specific, but a very controlling potentially energy of someone that you were dealing with. Very boundaried. Boundaries are good, and I tell clients to work on boundaries, but this is someone who may have used silence or avoiding situations as a way of maintaining control or a hold on someone, you potentially. What else does this first group need to know around love? It's definitely, it seems like it wants to come together, but it's having a hard time coming together. There could be a lot of sexual energy in this connection, and the sexual energy actually keeps emotional closeness at a distance. So this could be someone who uses their sexuality in an avoidant manner, or even it as a, not as a weapon in a sort of serious way, but as a weapon to keep people, to keep themselves safe, as a wall, as a barrier. 9 of Wands energy is coming through, someone who keeps a wall up. So they may use sexuality in some way to distance themselves. It might be different for different people. There could be residues left of the past here that need to be kind of fully released. I feel like this is on both sides. I feel like you need to release from this situation, even if you want this person to be in your life. But also they may need to release and distance themselves from something in their past. Because it's like a tide mark that is like, it's very retrograde energy of the tides drawing in and out, and then the kind of underbed, the seabed kind of being drawn up and dragged up. But I feel like something from the past dragging up and not being fully left where it needs to be left. How am I doing for time? I want these to be about 15 minutes each, so I'm going to try to be succinct. What else do we need to know for group 1? It just feels very much like it doesn't come together easily. There's a separation here. I feel like this is a connection that has got some kind of separation. Like I said, you could even be sleeping with this person, but there is a separation. Or this person could be indulging in casual connections to avoid the depths of what could happen here, because they prefer to stay on the surface. Communication can be an issue here. Trouble getting the words out, expressing how they feel about you. Do they have deep feelings? I feel like there's a depth of feeling here. Is that your feeling or their feeling? I feel like there's a reflection here. So there is a mirroring. It's a bit of a narcissist energy. So it could be narcissistic tendencies, not necessarily that you're dealing with a narcissist. I wouldn't diagnose, especially in a general reading. I'm not a psychiatrist. But also I wouldn't even do that in a one-to-one reading, but it just seems like there's something to do with mirroring. So there are wounds being mirrored, but they also they may have a front or an illusion that they have of themselves. I'm getting like an animal, like a poodle charm coming out here. So that again is very much to do with appearances. There's a mirroring happening in the wax. Maybe I can get that out and show you. Needs to cool. But there are definitely, so this could be if you identify with like the twin type of connection, then yes, that could be here. But it could also be false twin energy, or just, it doesn't matter what the connection is if they're not treating you properly, but there is some kind of mutual, do you see how that's like mirroring? M could also be significant. But there is, in the reflection of this person, there are wounds that you can maybe heal within yourself, and that's how you need to see the situation to get the highest potential out of this for yourself at this time, because it does feel like there's a period of separation. There is transformation in this. I'm seeing like a butterfly coming out. I feel like this could transform, and there could also be communication, because I'm getting a bird from this as well. You probably can't see, but it looks like a little butterfly or winged creature anyway. So there could be that coming in, but I would just be careful that this doesn't trigger you or jar you off course in some way. I send love and light out into the world. Let's see what comes out with the tarot. I hope I'm going to put this somewhere where my kitten is not going to drink it or knock it over. Let's put it up here. She is in the room with me, as usual. She gives me extra energy, like a good familiar, but she's still a kitten. So she's not like my other familiar, Rubicon, my canary. He is just putting his energy in, but he's not distracting in any way, but he's upstairs. Baby, do you want to come up? Do you want to come up, baby? Yeah. Oh, she is a gorgeous girl. She is gorgeous. Okay, let's get some tarot for pile 1 people. What do they need to know around love? What do they need to know? The moon. That could be that feeling of like the depths and then the separation and the things on the surface and then things going on underneath. That I was getting this real like separation in terms of water, like there being a bottom and a top. Could have been trying to show me this. A real depth of feelings, but a lot of emotions that are unclear. a lot of confusion. There could be a lot of fantasy involved in this connection. Again, this kind of mirroring. And I'm getting the sense that these wolves communicating with each other, but across this great distance where it's kind of distorted, or the communication is more, well, it's verbal, but it's more kind of psychic, and it's, you know, like through howls. So it's this very primitive, almost intrinsic communication. So it could be like psychic visions, dreams, things like that. There could be some communication going on in unusual ways. You could be dreaming of this person. Yeah, Seven of Cups, again, this fantasy energy, lots of different options, not sure which way to go, a lot of confusion. Be careful of the fantasy in this. There is a lot of sexual passion and desire. I got that. There could be a confusion in that because this is so alluring in so many ways. Yet, is there anything tangible and real that can come from this? Does this person just want a physical connection? Can they offer more? Here's that Emperor energy, that stubborn, divine masculine energy. Can be kind of playing a game as well. But you, I feel, the viewer, have been trying to manifest this. And I do feel you're going to be able to draw down the energies to kind of manifest this into reality. But you need to know the difference between dreaming something into a reality and kind of just wishful thinking. It's very different. Manifestation is not just wishful thinking. It's inspired action. It's, you know, knowing that your thoughts can create, but not living in a fantasy world, and certainly not just trying to block out everything and believe in what you want to believe and kind of ignoring. You have to process what's going on in reality, release it, not just ignore it and try and hope for the best. That's going to create a lot of blocks, actually. The way you manifest is that you recognize what you're feeling, you release it, and then you plant the seeds for what you want in a very grounded way that includes taking inspired action. This is you holding on to things from the past that need to be released, or them, or both of you. And I feel for this connection to come into being, there needs to be a release for both of you to make space for the new. Yeah, Tower in reverse. You don't want to let go of the old, but until you make space in your wardrobe by throwing out old clothes or donating them or whatever, how can you have the new clothes in your wardrobe? That's a very superficial example, but you have to make space for new things to come in. And there is an end of a cycle before the beginning of a new cycle, but you have to let that cycle end. Anything else for group one? Death card. There needs to be an ending here, a big transformation, and then this person is going to maybe come back around, but they're going to offer you something very light-hearted and very passionate and sexual. I got that energy. This may be the only way that they can kind of communicate, or there's something around how they use sexuality and casual relationships as some kind of avoidance of change somehow. You'll know how it resonates for you, and you need to know how solid and stable this can actually really be. So your advice is to kind of be patient, to not let the passion overwhelm you. This person probably is coming back. It may take longer than you want, but you may have some kind of psychic communication in the meantime. When they do, they may have a lot of boundaries up and barriers and be very guarded, but use sex as a way of, I don't know what, gaining control or seeing if they can still affect you. You need to match their energy energetically by being boundaried as well, and you need to release limiting fears around this. This is that mirroring that I was getting. You both have limiting beliefs and fears that are keeping you trapped, and this person is provoking all of your and triggering all of your limiting beliefs in order for you to release them. Could be dealing with an earth sign masculine, don't have to be, but this person is slow moving and calculated. So you kind of have to be the same, yet they come in and they create a lot of a passionate energy in you. So it's going to be difficult. Take a break. Life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. I do feel like there's some kind of separation or break that has either happened or is going to happen in this connection. And then they may try to just be there in a sexual energy. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. I feel you have a lot of intuition on this. You may be receiving communication in other means, awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration, like your dreams. So although there may be a break in the 3D physical, there's communication through dreams, telepathy, unusual means. Prosperity lies ahead, and your dreams need a practical plan. These are both Taurus cards, so Taurus season could be important, but it's also about needing to take, as I said, manifestation is not just thinking positively, it's taking inspired action and real world steps in the practical 3D world. If you need help with manifestation, I do manifestation services. There is a chance here for a renewal, a new romantic cycle begins. I feel that, but I feel at the moment there's some kind of separation, and you need to do things differently this time if this is someone you've been dealing with for a while, if you want to receive different results. And some of that may be that you have to hold yourself back. It's a very fiery connection. It's a very triggering connection. So you have to be kind of cool and boundaried and reserved and really knowing your worth when this person comes back, because they will trigger you into old patterns of behavior that may involve limiting beliefs around your worth, around all sorts of things, especially to do with sexuality. So that's all I'm getting for you guys. I'm going to keep these readings relatively short because I am busy with personal readings, but you know where to get a reading if you ever want more in-depth personalized readings, of course. I'm going to move